My name is Peter Morris, and I'm the president and founder of CDM360 Workplace Experience. We just took the 300X class, and I'm here with the man, the legend, Ernest Peña, and of course the person behind the camera is the other legend, my man, Juan Mata.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that introduction.
That was good, huh?
That was
great,
amazing.
Yeah.
So my question to you is this: what initially interested you in bringing 300X to your space?
So, you may recall we did a really complex project in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yes.
And I was speaking with a driver who had retired from over the road, and he had demonstrated some exceptional skills. And I said, you know, that skill is dying, and the industry is losing this incredible talent. And I said, I wish there was a school I could send people to learn that. And he said, well, as a matter of fact, there is. And he said, but I don't think you would get anything from it because you do commercial office relocation, commercial furniture, and contract furniture, events, and all these things that are very commercial office and workplace focused. And he said, I don't think it'd be any value to you. And he says, you know, that's for household. But it piqued my interest, and I said, well, just out of curiosity, what is it called? And he said, it's 300X. I said, okay. So I made the phone call to my office here in Houston, and I said, I need you guys to look up 300X and find out more about the program. And that's when we reached out to you.
Awesome. So as you guys prepared for it, what was the consensus of your team?
Oh, everybody thought I was stupid. Everybody was like, get on there. It was like, you ever watch South Park? It's rabble, 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 rabble. And everybody was very negative, thinking that the idea that we would take any instruction or any education from somebody who were masters of household goods relocation and preparation, they thought it was the dumbest idea ever. In fact, one of them said, did el jefe se cayó, se lastima la cabeza? Did I fall down and hit my head? I was like, well, yeah, but we're still going to do it. So. But yeah, everybody was very much perplexed and opposed to doing it.
You stuck to your guns.
100%.
Right.
Well, as an owner, you know, you got to make uncomfortable decisions, and you have to push forward sometimes even when people can't see the benefit, right?
Correct.
Because that's just the nature of things sometimes.
So we got into it. We set up. Our greeting here at the front door was not a very welcome greeting from some of the people at the.
It was not.
Right.
It was like going to the principal's office. They're like, oh, man.
But we got into it. 45 minutes into it, what happened?
Oh, complete sea change, right? So you had people there that all had these expectations of like, this is we're gonna do this for 3 days. This is horrible, man. You know, at least I'm gonna get some snacks and I'm getting paid. And after 45 minutes, the engagement, the questions, and the surprise, or what I will tell you, the awareness of how much they didn't know, the awareness of how much the techniques they used were incorrect. That was the first 45 minutes in, and that didn't stop.
So as Juan mentioned in our closing thoughts, that we were kind of nervous. You know, both of us were nervous, right? And he's like, what are we gonna do? Like, you know, this is not our space, this is not our niche. And I said, hey, you know, I kind of took a little Peter Morris courage, and I said, just follow my lead, right?
Yeah.
Let's go at it. So we do what we do, and be natural, be yourself, just do your thing. Right. And so in doing all of this, my question to you is, you know, the office and industrial is not 300X's space. It's not the niche. It's not where but what would be your recommendation to maybe other O&I companies that may say, you know, we don't need those guys?
Well, so we're 20 years old, right? And we've grown through organic achievement and success, meaning that, for example, whereas a lot of companies will tout they have 100 new customers a year, we probably maybe get 10. And that's because we keep all the customers we've had before. So if you are in the office and industrial commercial relocation management space, you better take this course, because if you don't, I'm going to take your customers using their technology and their teachings.
Okay, I did not expect that answer.
You wanted the truth.
So, yeah. So you mentioned not only the doubters take a turn. Now they don't want us to leave.
That's
like,
right.
They're offering us some office space here.
Oh yeah. I noticed that my operations folks, my 3 spare officers for growth, and they're like, yeah, move in. Obviously that's a testament to not only the material and the technique, but also to the instructors and yourselves as people, right? So you're great teachers, you're engaged, and I will put it to you simply. I am a high school dropout. I am a blue collar, started a moving business, destroying my body when I was 15 years old. And it has been a rough, tough, and amazing ride, and I'm here because of those skills. And it's a testament that you are one of us people. You are one of our people. You're one of our kind, trying to be better, bring more, and do the very best with what you have. Our people here recognize that, and so they've bonded with you very well. And I think you've done the same with us.
So I want to say, as I expressed in closing thoughts, I'm honored to be invited here. Juan and I, 300X, are honored to be invited here. Somebody of your caliber, the way you run your operation, the presentation, the way you have your office it's amazing. I mean, it's Mata style all over it, just CDM360, right? It is. And it's impressive. You walk in the office, you see the green chairs, the green coffee mugs on the table, the lime green, you see the way things are laid out, and it's not only is it impressive, but it could be a little bit intimidating because it's a next level company, right? And so I'm honored because we got an opportunity to be invited here and to be ourselves, do our thing, right? I did, as Juan said, my level of nerves was pretty high, and I get nervous like playing the baseball game in high school, right? You get that nervous. They always said if you don't get nervous, you're gonna have a bad game.
Right.
But I think I was above that nervous level when it came him, and it wasn't from you. I didn't get the nervousness from you. I think I got the nervousness just from the others I could see it in their face. They were just like, oh my God, this is gonna be torture, right? So we're planning on coming back. You want us back?
I want you back every year. Absolutely. What I told the team was after I think we talked about it yesterday before we were still in the middle of the heart of the class, but skills are something that are developed and improved over time.
Correct.
And in any education and any certification, you go and you get recertified. You go and you test and you measure those skills and you practice what you've been taught so that you're delivering it consistently. This, for me, our culture here of safety and quality and service is not a one and done mentality. It's something we build upon brick by brick, layer by layer. So only having you here once every 3 or 4 years, that to me is just frankly stupid. Yeah. So we need to do this on an annual basis. And if we have explosive growth in the next year or two like we did in 17 and 18, then maybe you come back and you do it twice a year. But that's the point. You gotta, if you believe in it, and we do, and you see the results of it, which we do and we will, you don't do that on a limited basis. You make it part of your culture.
I'm gonna switch gears on you here. So we have some pillars in our company, in our academy, the way we approach, right? And the pillars are movers etiquette, customer service, claims prevention, Mata style skills, right? Change resolution, conflict resolution. We touch on all those.
And safety, don't forget, you guys did a great job of safety today.
And safety, Juan did an amazing job with his safety, always does. So my, I guess maybe 1 or 2 questions to you. Did you have a favorite session, a favorite model? Was one that's...
This is going to be hard for me. It's going to be hard for me. I show from the training and the learning in the classroom, beyond anything I can truly express and articulate in a short amount of time, the paperwork and teaching non-household professionals the value of inventory is going to resonate and change hearts and minds yesterday. Understanding its importance, understanding how everything will ultimately go back to that. And my second favorite part of the class was when we got the hands-on, right? When you could see one person wrap a piece of furniture by themselves with no tape, with just pads, and then when we're done, the item that's been wrapped and protected beautifully looks like the item it was before we wrapped it. It still looks like a sofa, it still looks like a chair. And then another comment today is, you know, you had Arlene and she wrapped an office chair, and since we sell contract furniture, she wrapped that chair better than I can, and I was a little embarrassed. But I also learned a lot too. I was like, wow, I got to up my game.
Well, yeah, that's awesome. So I'm gonna direct this one directly at Juan Mata, and you know, the other day somebody was he said they showed a picture of Juan on Facebook, right? And one of his buddies made a comment. It's like, yeah, you get Juan on the big Juan on Facebook, and then you get Timu Juan in person,
Yeah.
right? So that's not at all true,
No.
right? So give me some feedback about Mata style and what he does.
So the Mata style and the way that Juan approaches it, it's not just a technique. He employs techniques, but he employs a philosophy of service and awareness that, based on everything that I've seen from him personally, from the first time we met to the time he leaves at the end of the day, when he wakes up, that switch gets turned on, if it ever gets turned off, where he has a conscientious surrounding awareness of how to protect the client's environment, not just what's being packed or moved. It's their entire world. The space they're working in, from the time they touch any article or any piece of owned possession, in the home, in transit to the trailer, in transit to the warehouse, the level of care and concern that he has is truly three-dimensional. The name of our company is CDM360, and that 360 is to indicate that we're looking in all directions. We're good at what we do. We're great at what we do. This guy, the depth of field and his vision is far greater, and that really is going to up our game. I specifically thought it was fantastic the way he takes you from your very tunnel vision view of, okay, here's your pathway down a hallway, you're going left through this door, right through that door, protecting peripheral areas that you will have some intersection that you don't think you might scratch or touch or get dirty, to obviously how you dress out the restrooms that are specifically for the move crew, and how you bring your own supplies and your own care needs. That way you're not imposing on the shipper or the resident or the owner of the home or the office. That level of awareness is absolutely unheard of. And now that we're going to employ it, we're going to continue to further crush and dominate our competition by delivering our customers an awareness of service that we just didn't have before we got introduced to Mata.
So what you're telling me is they don't see you coming.
They don't see us coming. They're not going to see it. Our customers will. They're going to see it and go, hot damn. Our competition's going to be like, what? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Unless they come and take this course, which they should, because our goal at the end of the day is to give every customer an incredible experience.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know how to close this session. We could talk and talk.
Yeah,
and keep
absolutely.
going, right? We're movers. Your background. We come from our background in the same company.
Absolutely right. God, man, you and I, we all work for the same people and the same companies at different times.
We come from an awesome culture.
We do.
That was an amazing culture. So I can't thank you enough for the opportunity, for your time. You guys almost turned down some business, and you pulled it off anyway.
We did.
But you shut down your operation for 3 days.
Yes.
And to invest in this, and the guys' response, man, your guys' response. What did you think about the response of your guys?
So we do. I told you, like, we have amazing people, but the level again of engagement and the level of awareness and the eagerness and the excitement that they demonstrated to be the first to try something out, to not be afraid, to not to talk to each other. The positive energy, like we talked about, we leave the negative weight behind the positive energy of encouraging each other. And then if somebody was struggling, got up and said, hey, this is how you do it. No, that you can't pay for that in a culture, and to have that in your culture is proof positive that the formula that you have, the formula that we have, and when we're together, it just tastes even better. It's great.
Well, again, I don't know how to close this interview, but we're gonna have to close it. And
absolutely.
So we gotta go. You gotta get on the road. You're headed to go do a job.
We're going to Dallas, baby. Yeah, we got stuff to do. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna apply this tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. at Cyrus One in Louisville, Texas.
You know what? You just provoked a thought, and I'm gonna close with this. we have movers all over the country that are like, man, you know, it's ridiculous, 300X, Academy, and you know, I tell them how embarrassing it is that we have to come to your town.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So the same thing for you. You're going
100%.
you're going to somebody else's town.
I'm going to, we do it all the time. I mean, we discovered you when we were in Knoxville, right? Because we already were known to be better than everybody else. But the problem is that if they don't learn what you can teach, if they don't be the best versions of themselves, we will continue to go into their markets and service customers that they could be servicing and taking care of and feeding their families with. And that's a very serious thing they should think about. So I'm just gonna tell you, president, high school dropout, mover at heart, you only get better by trying and practicing and efforting every day to be the best in your trade. This is your launching pad to get you to the next level.
Well, closing out this interview, you guys keep an eye out for CDM360. There's no stopping, and 300X is available to come to your house, or you guys can fly to us. So that concludes this interview. Keep up to date with 300X Certified, our YouTube channel, our podcast, and we're out. Thank you.
All right.